Let's go, Retro!
2 days away from my first performance in quite some time. I'm excited. You know, it's crazy because at this time of my life, I always felt, and it wasn't the truth. Let me just say that it's not that was the truth, but I always felt like I was being held back. You know, and what it really came down to was me really holding my feet to the fire for all of the things I wanted to do, following through with the choice of doing music and not falling back or having doubts. It was very important that I stayed up and did what I needed to do. So that's where I'm at right now. You know, if I'm going to do this music thing, my whole life has been this way, by the way. Like, you know, let's say I was a bad server. Well, I didn't quit serving because I was a bad server. I went back and I learned what I needed to learn, and I got better. You know, whether it was a management job, you know, if I wasn't a good manager the first time, I didn't just leave it alone and quit. You know, I went back. And with music, it's always been that, right? It's always, for me, I always felt like I see other MCs and people doing what they're doing, and I always felt like I could do better. And that's where I'm going with this now. Like, this entry, there's no one in my way, there's no relationship, you know, there's no why aren't you caring about me, there's none of that stuff. My kids are all grown, everything is just where it needs to be, and it's just me. And the other part of it is that I can't blame anybody for why I didn't get to where I needed to get. I couldn't say, well, you made me spend this time with you, or this, that, the other. It's just me. And I'm looking forward to showing myself more than anybody else that I was made to do this, that I was supposed to be the MC that I had looked at in my past for so long. I'm not worried about the gray. I'm not worried about that I'm 46. I'm not worried about any of that stuff. I mean, that's for other people. I've had the people closest to me say, hey, you know, you putting all this money into your craft and you're 45 years old, you know what I'm saying? What do you expect out of that? Like, the closest people to me, right? And for me, my mind, I just didn't agree with that. You know, you don't see me skydiving, right? You don't see me doing extreme sports because my mind is telling me that's not me. Hip hop is me. Being an MC is me. You know, rapping is me. And so when they say those things, when they say I'm too old, I just can't agree with them because that's just not where my mind's at. So going into 2021, I'm not worried about COVID. I'm not worried about wars. I'm not worried about politics. I'm taking what should have always been mine in the first place, and I'm going to go as far as I want to go with it, because that's the mystery. You know, when I really put my foot forward with my website and my music and my merchandise and my blogging and all that stuff, when I do what I'm supposed to do, what Kevin Jack's supposed to do, I want to see the success then, because I'm curious. I'm curious.